Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Shalon Lockard, Self-Love Queen Passionista and Emotional Energy Alchemist. And I'm here to help you navigate your self-love journey and the energies right now. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards from the Rose Oracle deck. And we'll see what is coming up today. What guidance do we have for today? All right. I'm going to grab the one that fell on the floor. Okay, so. Okay. First one is the crowning. All right. Initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. Beautiful. So this says there comes a time when the flower knows that it can no longer remain in the protective constraints of the bud. Somehow it needs to trust in the birthing energy and surrender to the unknown of the bloom. The same birthing energy exists within all of nature and in birth, both physical and metaphorical. It's an initiation for the mother as well as the child who transitions from the water world of the womb to the whole new one on earth. This is a card of crossing thresholds and walking through the gates of initiation, which requires great courage and faith. There are rolling contractions, and it's almost always not straightforward. As we transition from one thing to another, we're called to burst through the constraints of the seed and then the certainty of the bud so that something new can bloom from within. We're always birthing something, and deep inside we know that the only way to surrender to the initiation is to surrender to the innate power within. The power is inner, but it's also connected with the intelligence that exists within all of life. It's the same energy that tells flowers when to bloom, and it was present when you grew in your mother's womb. Trust in that. It will carry you through. Surrender to what's wanting to to be born through you. Life is always trying to initiate us into even more of who we truly are. So it's definitely, when it talks about the, where was it? Like the breaking free of the constraints, right? It's that uncomfortable period before the bloom, right? Before we are reborn, right? We've been going through this whole like death process, and then sitting in the void, right? And sitting in the uncomfortable. And now it's about the rebirth, right? It's your time to bloom and to really start showing up in the world. So the soul inquiry is, how is life trying to initiate you? Beautiful. Healing the mother line. I feel like we've had this one recently as well. So healing, ancestral work, mother line, growing up. We're going to see what else is coming up with this one. When things start to repeat, which is completely normal, it just means that we need to dive a little bit further into that. So it says, we're living in a time of complex healing, especially when it comes to the mother line. Collectively, we're facing the intergenerational trauma of colonialism and patriarchy have imprinted on us. So many born to mothers who were not mothered themselves. It's time to mend the chain. So this is all about reparenting your inner self. And mothering your inner child. Okay, so many of our ancestral lines have experienced brutal persecution and separation from the sacred feminine. We've been starved of the great mother's unwavering embrace and instead told to look only to a male god in the sky. So many were not taught to see the sacred in all things and the feminine in all her stages as sacred, powerful, and holy. Okay. So it's about honoring your inner feminine. Okay. And nurturing and loving. This way of living has gone on for too long, and we're all being called to heal it on behalf of our ancestors, past and emerging. So we're healing the ancestral, but we're doing this healing now for our children and our children's children. So healing is possible. Healing is possible. Okay. It may not be straightforward or easy, but it's possible. It can be felt forward and backward. Your ancestors, past and future, are singing with you. It's time to release our mothers all the way back for what they may not have been able to give. Okay. About forgiving our mothers for not showing up the way that we had hoped that they would. Okay. And also, if you are a mother, forgiving yourself now for not showing up the way maybe you had hoped you could. Okay. Because you too only did the best that you knew at that point in time, just like your mother only did the best that she could at that point in time. Okay. To find a way to cultivate the loving mother within. Okay. So tapping into your inner mother and nurturing your inner child. Okay. Giving to yourself the way that you had longed for your mother to give to you. Okay. To treat ourselves with the same deep reverence, adoration, understanding, and compassion that we longed for all along. All right. Giving yourself that compassion and kindness that you would give to anybody else and to your own children. Okay. We are so hard on ourselves all the time, expecting perfection when there is no such thing. We have unrealistic expectations upon ourselves and how we should be showing up. Okay. So releasing that, giving yourself grace. All right. You can be that for yourself today. You can meet yourself where others could not. And as you do, future ancestors will bless you for finding the courage to release and heal deep. Beautiful. So the rose transmission, if you want to place your hand on your chest, as I reach all the way back to the original mother, and I set all the mothers and myself free. Beautiful. Breathe that in. Okay, the next one is Brothers of the Rose. Okay, sacred masculine honor, protection, support. I'm not sure if you can see that. So it says this is a card of the sacred masculine. Okay, we all have sacred divine feminine and divine masculine energy within. Like the feminine, the sacred masculine exists with each one of us, and together we are all being called to balance both energies within us. Okay, to find balance within. Okay, so when what am I trying to say? To find that inner balance is knowing when to tap into that divine masculine energy and when it's okay to just soften into that divine feminine energy. Okay. The sun and the moon, solar and lunar. Perhaps this is what it means to birth a world anew. Okay, so we were talking about the crowning, the rebirth. Maybe for too long you've been operating in your divine feminine energy, and now it's time to tap into that divine masculine and start to take action. Or maybe you've been operating in your divine masculine energy for far too long, and you've become hardened. Sometimes when women are operating in their divine masculine energy for too long, we tend to harden ourselves and think that we need to protect ourselves from everything and be do and taking action all the time. And that's where we tend to burn out, right? And so it's about pulling back and learning how to flow into our feminine energy again. Okay, so oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I lost track of where I am. The sacred, mature masculine is something so needed in our world. the sacred, mature masculine, okay? It's the part of us that lives in deep honor and reverence of the feminine. So honoring your divine feminine within, allowing and trusting your divine masculine within, okay? It recognizes the goddess within all of life, including the earth, and is committed to protecting and living in devotion to the feminine, okay? Honoring your divine feminine, trusting your divine masculine within, allowing him in, okay? The sacred masculine knows that striving and overpowering, enduring and conquering are not helpful, all right? The sacred masculine is strong and tender, protective, not defensive, all right? When you're in situations that you find that you get defensive and reactive immediately, that is your divine masculine, like in overdrive, okay? And so we need to like heal that aspect of ourselves, okay? This card could be a sign that you're being called to work on the sacred masculine energy within you that's maturing and rising. It could be that you're being called to work on ancestral healing of the paternal line. So it's funny that we have the paternal and the maternal line, right? And it's about, we're trying to balance the two, okay? It could be that you're being, it could be an indication that you're being called to invoke or acknowledge the sacred masculine in those around you, okay? Honoring other people's sacred masculine as well, all right? Acknowledging their sacred masculine. Or it could represent the sacred masculine appearing in your life. All right. The sacred masculine exists within all of us. They are encircling you so that you can do your sacred work. All right. So that you can be part of the return of the goddess on this earth. The rose is their emblem, and they wear it proudly on their hearts. So the soul inquiry is, how are you being called to work with the sacred masculine? All right. Beautiful. I love that. Those messages for today. I'm also going to pull a few cards from the Universe Has Your Back deck. Please share in the comments how that resonated with you. I would love to hear. But I want to just pull a few cards for affirmation to take us through the day. What are we needing right now? When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. Okay, coming back to love. Coming back will take us to the light. Okay, what else do we have? And that's yellow energy. So that's very solar plexus energy, which is our power center. Funny that, oh, it was on the bottom. Here it is right there. I could see the sun. All right, the other one, obstacles or detours in the right direction, okay? Trusting that you are being divinely guided and that that any obstacles, I'm just trying to think, any obstacles that come to in your way are for your highest best good, okay? And I surrender to the power greater than me. This is we were talking about surrender, like surrendering that we are being guided and that everything is for our highest best good. And the butterfly is transformation and the blue is your throat chakra. So trusting and listening, because even though part of our throat chakra is also being able to receive communication from others, okay? So beautiful, beautiful. and take those with you throughout the day. And if you would like to work with me any further, I offer soul-filled oracle card guidance. I will drop the link below. Also, I would love for you to follow me on Instagram as Shalon_self-love-queen, or on Facebook, Shalon Lockhart, so I can further help guide you on your self-love journey. So please remember, you weren't meant to blend in, you were born to shine. Have a beautiful day. Take care.